says Carl.
What in the world is that? I mean, they've never seen anything like it. Hey, it's Jason with Denwerks. Got something really cool today. It's a 1992 Corvette, Chevrolet Corvette, and this is a ZR1. I remember when I was a kid seeing these. I guess I don't know if I was a kid. I was like 20 years old, but I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could have that thing, but I'll never be able to afford one. And I couldn't afford the insurance on it either, especially during that time. You know, this is a 375 horse car, factory Arctic white, original paint with flame red interior. So the white and the red, to me, I mean, this is just a must-have car to have for sure. It's only got 38,000 miles. Very, very clean. It does have a few little things with the interior and things, but overall, no paint work or anything like that. A couple little, you know, touch-up spots on chips and stuff, but overall, super, super clean. You know, Chevrolet got together with Lotus Engineering and Mercury Marine and built the 5.7 engine for this. So pretty cool car, and these came with 375 horse engines with a 6-speed transmission, which was pretty new for that period of time. And the rear ends on these, the bodywork is a little different compared to the other Corvettes, a little wider than the other one. So we'll just go ahead and start from the front to the back. I want to show you the lights and everything on it that work. You can see the marker lights down there are working, and headlights both work, and the bright lights, and we got blinkers. You can see the turn signals are working there as well. So overall, mechanically, lights and everything, they're all working. So I was going to go across the front here and show you a few little minor, you know, rock chips that have been touched up. You can see a couple little spots here that have been touched up, little rock chips and stuff, but pretty minor stuff. You can see right here a little bit of little paint cracking there, spider webbing, you know, pretty common on a car like this, being fiberglass and stuff. You can see a little bit right there, but the rest of the nose, everything looks good. Like I said, I haven't seen any paint work. When you look down the side, it actually is very straight. You know, it's not wobbly or anything like that. We did put new tires on it. You can see here it's got Ditto NT 555s, G2s, and this is a 245 or 275 4017, and in the rear it's got huge 315 35 17s in the rear. Special wheels, obviously, for the ZR1. So we'll go ahead and here just look at like the little side vents. Everything looks clean. You'll see a little tiny scratch right there, a little chip, a couple little chips that have been touched up right there. So in the auction, you're going to be looking at pictures and video. It's hard to catch everything in pictures, so that's where it's nice to do a video. You can also check us out on our website, denwerks.com, denwerks.com, and you can check us out on our Instagram page and Facebook as well. So go ahead and show you the lights. You can see our tail lights, brake lights, turn signals, and the reverse works. So you can also see, hit the brake light again. You can see the third brake light working is working as well. Go ahead and rev it up a little bit. You know, it sounds good. Right here on the paint, there's a couple on this lid here that you can, hopefully you can see that. There's a couple little imperfections, little tiny bubbles on the fiberglass there. So hopefully you can see that. Hard to tell on white, but when you get to the angle, you can see them there. Antenna works. Make the antenna go down real fast. You can see that. It goes up and down. We'll just go down this side. real fast. Not a lot to pick out in general on the paint, just everything looks nice and clean, and a little dusty. We've been driving it. You can see a little chipping right there, a little touch-up paint, but overall everything looks good. A little chip right there and a fly, but you can see just little chips right there from the roof. Go ahead and look across the bottom of the rocker. Looks good. You can hear the fan works. A couple little chips right there. Just minor little stuff from being driven. VIN number. You can see here on the windshield, windshields are very, very clean. Not any cracks or anything like that. And maybe someone on the auction can tell me what this is. There's this little area. I thought it was a heads-up thing, but I don't see how that would even work. But there's that little section right there in the windshield, so I'm not 100% sure what that is. So anyway, just looking at the other side here, a couple little chips there, and hopefully that gives you a good look at the exterior of the car. We'll show you the interior and underneath, engine compartment. See you in a bit. Hey, we're going to take a look at the inside real fast. Pretty clean inside. You can see Stanley is kind of a fan of it. Shelby's thinking about it. But they haven't ridden in here before. But overall, what I love about this thing is this red interior. You know, the white with blood red interior is just great. You don't see that option on these very often at all. You know, just pretty clean. One thing you're going to notice here is these seats. There's a little bit of staining that's happened. You can see on the seat belt, a little bit on the seat. You can see it's probably resting up against there. You can see a little bit on the seat there. Actually, I think it's Mid-America Corvette or something like that. You can actually get leather seat covers for this. I think they're advertising, I think it was $7.99 or $8.50 or something like that, and they're all stitched and they look exactly like this. So if someone wanted to get new covers, for sure they could. That's really probably the biggest issue with the interior overall. You can see a little bit of seam split right there in a couple spots and a little wear, but I mean, for driving and stuff, I mean, they're fine the way they are. But if you wanted to upgrade that, you could, and it wouldn't be hard to do. You just have a upholsterer, then put the new covers on because they're already pre-sewn. And they actually had a set on there they'll sell for $6.50. I talked to them about it. It has a little wrinkling right here in one of the seats, and I think it could be steamed out. So I can show you the auction site on eBay that they had them on. So anyways, we'll go ahead and show you the rest of the interior here. Dash is really, really clean. You know, it's only got 38,000 miles on it. 6-speed transmission. We'll look up inside in the glove box real fast. You know, here's the thing for the little ratchet to take the top off. You can see here the original codes. You can see there, and you're going to see those on the auction as well. Trunk release, you know, your power seat. That's all working. When we're driving it, I'll hit these buttons. I don't know what these all do. I think that's a seat heater, and I'm not sure what those ones do there, but definitely that's working. You've got your ride control, sport, tour, and performance. Look here at the instruments and stuff. A little wear on the shifter overall, but overall pretty clean. We're going to go ahead and look at the doors. I just love this red interior. I mean, it just looks great overall. So rubber gaskets and stuff all look good as well. Actually, this is a little, oh, that flips open the back there. I didn't see that before, but you can actually lift up the back instead of just doing the glove box there. Everything looks clean inside here. Overall, you can see a couple little cracks on those, and what those are is when you put the top, you'll see a picture, they slide into there. So probably when someone tried to slide it in there, it just hit that a little bit. There is a little issue right there with the carpet, you can see here, so it could use a new kit back here on the back, but these mats cover it, I mean, and it looks good like that in general. So gasket and everything looks good around the sides. You know, overall pretty clean. You can see the lights and stuff are working in general. You know, your fill for your fuel. So everything looks good. I'll show you the other side here in a second. Hey, just on the passenger side real fast, just wanted to show you inside. Don't want to spend as much time on this side. You can see the fuels panels there, glove box, see the little lights working in there. You know, this seat here, you can see a couple little those spots there, but I think right here you can see a seam split right there and a little rip and a little seam right there. But again, like I said, you can get a new leather seat cover, and I would put leather in it. You can get pleather, fake leather, for cheaper, but it's not that much for the real stuff. So in comparison, underneath, original floor mats as well, and there's a little dirt on there, but they look good in general. You can see the carpet underneath looks good too. Same on the driver's side. I forgot to lift it up, but it looks exactly the same. You can see the headliner, little droopy on the top there. A lot of times, a lot of cars, they kind of have this foam backing on the back of that side, and it disintegrates. So overall, clean interior though. You can see there's no accidents or anything like that. Everything looks clean. I haven't seen, again, any sign of any paint issues or anything like that. Door panels look good. So anyways, we'll show you some more stuff. Hey, we're going to take a look at the engine underneath here. There's a lever underneath the dash. Then you just go ahead and lift this up all the way. You can see the there's a little, there it is. It just comes out a little bit and catches right there. That's what that arrow's for. But engine compartment's actually really clean. Engine's LT5, ZR1. You know, this is a hot motor, you know, 375 horse, and, you know, limited production for sure. They were built by, you know, Chevy had Lotus Engineering and Mercury Marine build these motors, and they're just awesome. I just remember when I was you know, really a kid. I guess I was like 22 when these came out, and I mean, I wanted one, but obviously I couldn't afford one. So it's actually nice to have, just be in the presence of this. It's just cool. It's kind of iconic to me. You can see the drive belt, all these stickers and everything are still underneath the hood. You can see the catalyst sticker. We will take a picture of that so you can see it in the auction. You can see up underneath the hood, everything looks clean overall. I swore that light was working yesterday. We'll make it work. It must have went out, but pretty sure that was working. So you can see here, no accident damage or anything. Everything looks real clean inside here. You know, looks real nice. You'll see a little bit of chipping right here on the paint, but overall, or on the coating they put on the engine, but overall looks nice and clean. We'll go ahead and fire it up here for you real fast. You can see the tires look great. I'll just put them on. You know, it runs really good. Starts up cold, when it's warm, whatever, it runs all the same way, but it just sounds good. Go ahead and rev it up a little bit. It sounds great. So, 375 horse, nothing to sneeze about. Performance is great, 6-speed transmission, just a hot motor. So we'll go ahead and show you some more stuff. Hey, thanks for cruising around with me in the ZR1. Fun car to drive. Obviously, it's got a 6-speed. Just wanted to go over some of the gauges and different things. Right here's a information center. Like if I have the traction control off, there's a button over here. You can see that works. AC works. We'll go ahead and put it on auto. You can hear the fan. I don't know if you can hear that. Obviously the radio was working. I have not tested the CD. I don't even have a CD. If you want to put it in reverse, you lift up right here. Fuel information. The horn's not working right now, but I need to double check the fuses real fast. But we'll go ahead and look at the gauge. Sorry, this is a little bit shaky. My gimbal decided to quit on me in the middle of all this. But you can see the oil pressure, temperature, all that stuff works. You can see the tach works as well. I need to put, there's the miles. Gotta hit that button. 38,890. Also the so I want to show you the mirrors. You can see that mirror's working on that side. If you look over here, you can see that one's working as well. Other things I was going to show you real fast. The wipers are working. Already showed you the lights, but that's what they look like from inside. You see they pop up and down. You can see it's got Tour, Sport, and Performance right there. So the way you drive it. There's another thing, normal and full power right there for engine. So anyways, we'll drive it around here a little bit. As she drives, really nice and smooth, especially with the new tires that I put on it. So we'll cruise around and just show you some more stuff here. It's a nice driving car, and it has enough power to definitely do something if you wanted. Right now I'm driving, oil pressure's reading probably 60, oil temp probably 125 right now. Temperature's reading about 190. So everything looks in order. Right now we're going 45 miles an hour, slowed down a little bit. So anyways, we'll cruise around and show you some more stuff. Hey, we're going to take a look at the Corvette underneath. We'll just show you different things about it in general. The video actually works pretty good, over just taking photos, but you'll see photos as well. So we'll just go ahead and start from the front to the back. I can just point out different things. It's actually in really good shape underneath. It hasn't been, bottomed out or anything like that. And we'll just start here from the front. You'll see a couple little rubs on the front valance here, which is actually pretty common, just from hitting curbs and stuff. If you look up underneath here, you can see a couple little stress cracks, a little hairline. This side looks good, but I can see a little bit just on this lower edge right there. So not bad for the age. Again, if you remember, I was talking earlier, I did put new tires on it. You can see all the nubs still. You look at this side. You know, we probably only have, you know, 5 miles on those. It was just a good idea to change them. They were, you know, from the 90s and stuff like that, and I figured someone is gonna want to drive the car, obviously. So look underneath here, a couple little rubs right there, but nothing major. Rest of the framing looks really, really good. All the boots look nice. Shocks all look good. We'll take off the wheels so you can get a picture of the brakes. Brakes all look in really good shape overall. I haven't seen any oil leaks or anything like that. Everything looks really good. You can see a number right there, 8004 at the end. We'll take a picture of that. And you can see the transmission. Everything looks good. In general, obviously, no accident damage or anything like that. Floors look really nice. Exhaust looks in great shape. Again, we'll take photos of everything so you can see all the numbers. There's a number on the side of the transmission. You know, I know I said it before, just a pretty hot car for the time. I just remember when these cars came out, you know, I was, you know, 4 years out of high school. You know, I never thought I'd actually even own one of these. So, and here we go. You can see the brake line looks good. It's not cracked or anything like that. You know, very clean. We'll go ahead and look at the floor. Everything looks good. Let's take a look here at the rear end. You'll see a little bit of, you know, seeping on the rear end. Nothing that's hitting the floor or anything like that. You know, sometimes just gaskets and stuff start, you know, seeping a little bit. You can look here across the back. Shocks look good. Everything looks nice. The original mufflers, you can see the GM and all the tips and stuff. So actually really clean underneath. Hopefully that give you, you know, a good look. It's just amazing how wide, you know, these tires are in the back. I mean, that's a huge, huge, huge tire. So hopefully that gives you a good look. It is a no reserve auction, so top bid is gonna get it. You know, it's a low mile car, 38,000 miles, 1992. So good luck. If you got questions, email me, make comments on the auction, or you can give me a call. Thanks from Jason at Denwerks. We'll talk to you later.